I need to take a sip of water for this one because I have a feeling this is going to be a rant. What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today we are going to be doing a will I buy it. I feel like these videos come up more often than I expect them to, but at the same time, I know when to film them because I'm starting to just accumulate a bunch of like DMs and tags from you guys asking me whether I'm going to review things that are coming out. And so I love doing these kinds of videos. I also love watching these kinds of videos, just chatting about new releases and things like that, because it's a really good like central place for us all to discuss whether or not we want to hear about a product that's coming out on my channel. So I'm going to go through the stuff that you guys have submitted to me through like various prompts on my Instagram. We're gonna go through Trend Mood, we're gonna go through like the, new at Sephora and stuff like that, and just things that I happen to know are coming out, in my brain. And we will talk about whether or not they have a place and a, future review on my channel. But as always, guys, I super value your opinion, and there will be air conditioning apparently. Apparently I have hit like peak pregnancy brain because that's all the intro you're gonna get. Let's jump in. How are y'all? Yes, I actually did my eye makeup today. I like went in. It's like the Victoria Beckham regular, the old eye brick, and then the Victoria Beckham, what do they call this? The mink lid luster. I love this, and I really wanted an excuse to use it, and various other things that I will list below. So let's start with kind of the list of the ones that I definitely wanted to hit. So the first one is Cosas sent me an email a couple of, I don't know, like a week ago or something, and they were like, hey, we want to send you our new mascara, but shh, and I was like, okay. And so then all of a sudden they just announced it. I didn't know it was coming out this soon, and so everybody's just like, Kackie, are you getting the Cosas mascara? And I'm like, apparently, but I thought that I'd have a little bit more time than this. So yes, they have told me that they're sending it to me, and so you'll probably see it on my channel really soon. But the problem is, and I don't know whether they're sending it USPS, they haven't sent me like a tracking number or anything like that, but I don't know if you guys have noticed where you live, but oh my gosh, if it's not sent through a private carrier, it is glacial. I definitely feel like my beauty packages are pretty low on the list of priorities as far as things that, really need to be expedited through like USPS, but regardless, all the things that I have been kind of expecting to get delivered and the things that I have ordered, they're taking a lot longer to get here, so bear with me. All right, okay. I need to take a sip of water for this one because I have a feeling this is going to be a rant. Let's talk about Fit Glow. There is a very vocal minority of people on my channel who just tout the benefits of Fit Glow as a brand all the time, and have ever since I started delving into clean beauty last year. And the one item that I have ever bought from them was a concealer that everybody said was going to blow my mind, and it didn't. And I just wasn't impressed by it. And so I have wanted, and I always want, to accommodate the requests on my channel as much as I possibly can if you guys really want a review. But I feel like Fit Glow, for one thing, is a brand that typically when people tell me I have to try it, it's because they've already tried it, not because they really want to know whether it's good. And so I'm kind of like, well, if you already like it, then what do you need my opinion for, kind of thing. But also, and much more important in this conversation, is that they've just come out with these lip glosses that people have been requesting. Like in my last video, I was talking about doing a lip gloss roundup, and people were like, you have to include the Fit Glow lip glosses, and I was like, who is paying $42 for a lip gloss from some random company? Fit Glow was never on my radar, and I get it, that's not necessarily like a sign of quality that it's really popular necessarily, but you're gonna put a $42 price tag on a whole lip gloss, fam. And I'm definitely not afraid of paying for a luxury experience as long as I'm getting a luxury experience. And when I got that Fit Glow package in the mail of the concealer, I was so underwhelmed. I was like, this packaging is lame. That's important to me, especially if you've got the audacity to charge what they charge for their products. It is absolutely crazy to me. Okay, I said this about Kiarwise when they came out with their concealer, and it's like where I've arrived from an ingredient standpoint on a lot of clean beauty. we are being charged money for simplicity of ingredients because, you know, in order to be super, super cruelty-free and super, super clean and natural and all of these things, typically that means it's a smaller ingredient list. And so when they're talking about potency of ingredients and things like that, they're really like, there's nothing new here. There's not any real technology here. And worst case scenario, I liked it. And then what do? I'm sitting here on my channel being like, you need to pay $42 for this lip gloss. No, that is not a person I want to see in the mirror every day. Someone who's trying to convince you. I'm sorry, Victoria Beckham can't even put out a $42 lip gloss that I want to buy. That might not be true. There might be something really, you know what? I don't want to speak. It's $42. Guys, $42. The dress I was wearing in the last video was less than $42. Like, it's a lip gloss. No. Okay. Next, Wet n Wild. This is something that we need to talk about because they just put out a little release, right, where it's like, you can tell they're going for the Huda Color Pop thing. They put out like a coffee collection with lip glosses and they put out like an ice cream collection with lip glosses. I find this appealing, especially if you really were into the idea of the Mercury Retrograde palette, which to me is so beautiful looking, but at the same time, I then think about putting those colors on my eyes and it just doesn't compute. I'm like, yeah, this is gorgeous for someone else. But the main part of the conversation here is what we addressed a couple of videos ago about the whole cruelty-free status of brands that are manufacturing specifically in China, and so they are circumventing their import animal testing, but could be pulled from the shelf and have post-market testing. The fact is, and what my beauty bunny uncovered was just the fact that that can happen anywhere. It's not against the law. So, you know, the US, the EU, all these places that are considered to be so pure in terms of our cruelty-free status, it could happen here too, and it does happen here too. And so I don't necessarily think that like that's a reason to take something off of a cruelty-free list. So I need your opinion. Granted, I am not a huge drugstore makeup shopper. I really feel like we're gonna talk about this a lot. I really like nice packaging. I like interacting with heavy, just packaging that reinforces the experience, and there's just something about drugstore packaging that just, it kind of makes me die inside a little bit. It's so chintzy, and so there's just something about it that never feels special to me. And I know that that makes me sound really snobby and crazy, but like, I'm not snobby and crazy about everything in my life. It's just the things that I choose to spend my money on in terms of makeup, you know? And I do appreciate things that are like middle priced and, you know, things like that I feel like I'm kind of getting a really good value for and stuff like that. But, you know, bottom line, I'm willing to pay for those things. I'm willing to have fewer things, not that I do, but I'm willing to have fewer things of higher quality for my money kind of thing. And so, even if I owned this Wet n Wild, like, again, Nisi Pisa did a really, really great rant on Wet n Wild, praising them. This is probably over a year ago, and she was like, it's like trick-or-treating. I could go into the drugstore and look at the Wet n Wild display and be like, I could just reach my hand in there and grab a whole handful and know I can afford it. And to me, that's, I don't know, that's not that appealing. That's not that exciting. Makeup is not makeup to me. Like, there's a difference. I know that people have asked me in the past to try and do things that are more affordable, and I do try to. Fact being, clean beauty doesn't tend to lend itself to that. Even like drugstore clean beauty isn't very inexpensive, but we're not only clean beauty on my channel anymore, so let me know if you want to see Wet n Wild. To me, I feel like Wet n Wild and Physicians Formula and all, like, for all the balking that we've done about it, I feel like when you look at the reality of the situation, they fit into cruelty-free just as much as anything else, but you guys let me know. Okay. This one was new to me, and someone commented on my Instagram, they were like, are you gonna try the Morphe 2 foundation? And I was like, Morphe has no place on my channel. Like, that's just kind of been my knee-jerk reaction since I tried them in the past. And their stuff is just so disappointing. Like, I felt like it was so overblown on social. And then I just kind of didn't want to be part of that cult, you know? That was just kind of touting the benefits of this makeup line that honestly only professional makeup artists could make look good. That was how I felt. It was like they were only partnering with these very, very talented makeup artists, which I don't consider myself to be a talented makeup applier. Like, they don't want to partner with someone like me because I'm going to show the flawed nature of their formulas. Plus, they've been a little shady about their formulas. I don't keep up totally on this stuff, but I mean, I watched Jen Love's reviews, whole thing on the old Jaclyn Hill palette versus the new Jaclyn Hill palette. And again, coming from a huge fan, like she's a huge fan of Jaclyn Hill, was a huge fan of that palette. And I think her sister-in-law bought a newer version of it and was super disappointed by it. And so she swatched them next to each other. Jaclyn Hill was blindsided by the fact that her formulas were no longer vegan, but Cruelty-Free Kitty did do a lot of digging and found that Morphe can confirm their cruelty-free status, just maybe not their vegan status, what have you. Regardless, they've just always been kind of hairy to me. And then Tati came out with her video where she was like, Jeffree Star, I believe, is a part owner of Morphe. And I was just like, you know, because like the people who don't need my money, top of the list is Jeffree Star. So that just completely made me go like cold on Morphe permanently if I wasn't already. And so this release, this Morphe 2, is supposed to be their clean foundation release. And I get it, okay? Like, I get the appeal of wanting something that is available and accessible from a pricing standpoint to more people than a lot of the other stuff that I review. So it's called the Hint Hint Skin Tint. I have to admit I like that. Sheer buildable hint of coverage that hydrates and lets your skin shine through. That is very, I mean, they would have to put a 2 after the word Morphe because that has never been Morphe's gig. They've always been full coverage YouTube makeup, you know? The main thing here is shade range, right? So there are 20 shades. I mean, I'm not very good at judging these things, to be honest. I think 20 shades is a little small, especially for someone with this size budget. Actually, this is a really good opportunity to check something like Cocoa Swatches. Cocoa Swatches was introduced to me by one of you guys. It is a very good like first-hand review of shade ranges from the standpoint of an actual black girl who's going and doing all the legwork of, you know, getting all of these shades and swatching them. So she does a fantastic job of just, you know, providing a resource for this kind of stuff. But I don't think that she's done Morphe yet, maybe because is it not out yet? No, someone said they already bought it. Either way, it's $17, but there are probably other shifty, shady things that I'm not remembering about the history of Morphe. Oh, and I should say, Morphe denounced the whole Jeffree Star thing. Sorry to keep you in suspense on that. I was like a thought I didn't finish, but no, I mean, they basically said he doesn't own, he's not a part owner, he doesn't own stock, or he's not like publicly traded or anything like that, and that he doesn't get any like actual money from anything unless you buy his partnerships. So I don't know if you guys have a problem with a brand that chooses to partner with them. You know, like I've heard people say they don't even want to buy from Beautylish because they carry Jeffree Star. I'm like, that's kind of a reach. I love Beautylish. They carry Wayne Goss. I'm going to keep buying from them. But yeah, so again, another one where I'm happy to do it. It's $17. It's a lightweight foundation. It's cruelty-free. It's vegan. It meets all the marks, but it's Morphe, so let me know. The next one, and I've gotten a few requests for this, the Sephora Clean line. Okay, so Sephora's got this banner on their website that's like clean beauty under $20. Maybe there exist people out there who don't care about cruelty-free, who also really do care about clean ingredients. I don't necessarily think that the two are inextricably linked. Like you could be that person who's like, you know what? I am not really a believer in the exclusivity of cruelty-free, and I think that I believe in accessibility more and blah, blah, blah. Like, I completely understand. But the bottom line is Sephora, their house line is not cruelty-free, and it's never going to be. They sell all over the world. And so no, I'm not going to be trying that. Like, I'm sure that it's fine, but yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the Sephora, like, house line, clean or otherwise, is not cruelty-free. So those were the big 5 that I really wanted to hit. Now I'm going to go to your requests on this, because this is, like, honestly one of my favorite things to do, is to go to, like, the archive of your questions and stuff like that around products and get them all answered at once. It's awesome. All right, so I sent out a prompt that says, upcoming releases I'm seeing are pretty underwhelming. Is there any new release you are excited about? So yeah, I got a request for Sephora Clean. We just covered that. M Cosmetics Tubing Mascara. Yes, I have already purchased that. It came out yesterday. It is the same price as Thrive. So, you know, if it performs exactly the same as Thrive, the only real difference is going to be A, Thrive has a brown shade, which I'm wearing right now, which I like better than all of them, but B, where they ship to, basically. The 3 new Chantecaille lip veils look very nice, but that's about it. That's what Rachel March said. So I saw these on Trendmood, and I have to admit, this whole collection that Chantecaille is putting out looks like it's kind of meant for medium to deep skin tones. So I have heard you guys loud and clear, especially because give me an excuse to pay way too much for a luxury experience for makeup. I mean, honestly, give me any excuse. And Chantecaille has amazing, like, ethical standards, and I think all their stuff's vegan, and they give a lot of money away to, like, you know, a lot of charities and stuff. I've heard they're fantastic. You know what I mean? Just all the way around. And I've never actually bought any of their products because I don't know which way to go. It's another one where I'm like, everything's so pretty and kind of shiny, and like, it's like special overload. Some stuff is so unspecial, it's like the opposite of going to the drugstore. I just like black out on special. I'm just like, whoa, it's all so special. How do I pick the most special? So, let me know what your favorite product is from them. And if you guys want me to try, like, this is a pretty cool, it's like a 3 shadow eyeshadow palette that they came out with. It's like green, gold, and like some kind of rich copper color or something. I don't know. It is a very interesting take on an eyeshadow palette because it's 3 shimmery shades, which, I don't know. That doesn't sound like a very useful palette to me, but you know, it's definitely not going to be your only palette. Either way, I do want to try Chantecaille on my channel. I do think that it is right up my alley for so many reasons. I've just never been able to like make a decision. I know it's hot as balls right now, Nancy Nazareno, but want to do a get ready for fall thing, candles, cozy, and fragrances. So that's going to be kind of included in my favorites coming up. Some new candles, as well as the fragrances that I have been loving, and a relaunch of my favorite fragrance brand. Yeah, so that'll be in my favorites coming up like in the next week or so. Aerie Perez extending their shade range for their foundation, but I think it's supposed to be in January. That's fantastic news. That's one of my favorite clean foundations, but even I, a basic white girl TM, had to buy 2 shades and mix them together to get my shade, so. It's also, I think, maybe I'm out of Mexico. I'm not sure, but I think it's a Latinx line, and so that's probably why. You know, they cater more towards midtones. Only the Bite lip glosses, and even then I'm more curious than excited. Let's say interested. That was from Whim Dolgence. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on there. I am technically on Bite's PR list, but I get stuff later than most of the people on the PR list. I think I'm kind of low on the PR list. No offense, I really appreciate getting the stuff, but like I ended up buying their foundation last time, and then like a couple of weeks later they sent me the foundation, and I was like, nah, you know, but I don't mind. I do not mind giving them my money. Okay, so Maddie March had lots of requests. Glow Recipe Cleansing Balm. I'm probably not going to be trying a new cleansing balm anytime soon, maybe the Versed one because they sent it to me, but I'm really satisfied with my Good Molecules one, and it's a $15. Summer Fridays AHA solution. I want to talk briefly about skincare and the fact that there is just about nothing on the, you know, regular over-the-counter skincare market that I feel is worth my money right now in terms of fading dark spots. I go to my dermatologist. I use what I've featured it on my channel before. It's called Revi-Age, and it is just this, you know, specially mixed solution for me. They add usually retinoic acid, but this time it just has arbitase in it, and it also has a lot of like glycolic and lactic acids and stuff in it like that, but it's very, very potent, and it actually keeps my skin really clear, and it also helps with pigmentation and fine lines and stuff like that. So yeah, it's $120 at my dermatologist's office, and most of this stuff is upwards of that anyway, I think. I don't know about the Summer Fridays one, I haven't looked. But so many of these, like, you know, really high claims, high potency over-the-counter skincare items, you're gonna spend your money better going to the dermatologist or to like a med spa even, and then you get like actual guaranteed results for your money. Hopping around to all the AHAs and everything like that, like you can spend so much money and never get any real results if your pigmentation is as stubborn as mine. Byredo Makeup Urban Decay Tinted Glow Hydrator and Briogeo Kiwi Avocado Mask. I don't know about the Briogeo. Briogeo, I have tried so much stuff from them and it has just disappointed me. I don't know, their shampoos are super stripping. But the Urban Decay Tinted Glow Hydrator, I think that this is called, what is it called? Hydromaniac? And it hasn't come out yet, but I want to try it. There are so many of these brands that I feel like have been around for a long time, to the point that, you know, they're kind of reiterating on themselves. Like the Naked palette has jumped like 15 sharks at this point. And so I feel like they are kind of like, it's open season on them for any of these kinds of videos when people are doing like chatting about new releases. They're like, really, Urban Decay, you're gonna put out another version of this? You know, it's just like such a cheap shot. But I can still get excited about Urban Decay because I love their formulas, okay? And I would be really excited to try a hydrating tinted moisturizer from them. And also the new Stoned palette looks awesome. I thought about buying they flew completely under my radar, but like the Lip and Cheek sticks, but the reviews are horrible. Like, I saw the reviews and I've gotten 0 requests for it from you guys, so I was just kind of like, no one will watch that video anyway. But I saw the reviews and they were just like, it's too sheer, and when you try and build it, it just stays sticky on your face all day. And I was like, nah, I will skip out on that one. But I hope that they do also send me the new foundation, and if not, I'm probably going to buy it. And then Byredo makeup. Oh my God, Byredo. Oh, Byredo, why aren't you cruelty free? It makes me so sad. This is definitely a collection that I would gladly spend way too much money on, because Byredo makes one of my favorite perfumes, but I've owned it for so long that it was before I had committed to cruelty-free. They make one called Seven Veils that is like this amazing, like deep, beautiful vanilla smell. It's just unreal. It's so good. But I do have a new favorite that I will be sharing in my favorites that is just as good, I feel like, and cruelty-free. I do think that the mastermind behind Byredo, I don't remember his name, but my sister actually interviewed him years back for her newsletter or her blog or whatever, and he's just a genius. He's incredible, but they do sell internationally, and so they're not cruelty-free, and it's just heartbreaking because what a cool release. I'm still interested in the new Fenty brow product. Cruelty-free? That is the question. Where do you guys stand on that? I have no idea. I want to give Fenty the benefit of the doubt on this one because I feel like they fall into the same category as Charlotte Tilbury, or even, you know, the drugstore brands we were talking about earlier, Wet n Wild and stuff like that, where they are, you know, kind of circumventing the ways that brands might have to be tested in China, but I could be wrong. So yeah, let me know. And also, I have now been reached out to by both Laura Mercier and Pat McGrath Labs to get on their PR list, and it breaks my soul to have to say no because they can't confirm their cruelty-free status. And I'm just like, I have a lot of feelings. The release of your baby from your vagina, that would be my friend Cami gaming my prompts. God bless her. Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty is the new line that's coming out from Selena Gomez, 100%. The cool thing about this is I think that she's coming out with a foundation first, or at least complexion products of some kind, which is bold. That's what her Instagram looks like. That's what the Rare Beauty Instagram looks like, is that they're just kind of blending all this stuff out. I think it comes out September 3rd. So yes, I will be in line to try it out for you guys. That's exciting. Also, is Selena Gomez not like the prettiest girl? I don't know. I've always thought that. Like ever since she was on the Disney Channel, I'm just like, God, what a pretty face on her. My goodness. So yeah, part of me is just like, will your makeup make me look like you? Anyway, the All Matte Little Ray of Sunshine eyeshadow palette from ColourPop. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. When I do videos on ColourPop, no one watches them because no one's excited about ColourPop. It's kind of the thing, the trade-off with ColourPop is that it's fast fashion for makeup, and so no one's like, is it good? Plus it's so saturated. There's so many people, you know, Kathleen Lights and Raw Beauty Christie and I can't even remember all of them, but there are these, you know, people who have been on that PR list for so long that, you know, no one's gonna watch a ColourPop video from me. And I have evidence to back that up. No one ends up watching them. Oh yeah, the rose water, I think it's like a cleanser from Good Molecules. They told me that it's on the way to me again, USPS, who knows. Sol de Janeiro tinted balms. I haven't looked at these. Oh, does it smell like the other Sol de Janeiro stuff, aka Curve for Men? I don't know, guys. I cannot with that smell. Everybody and their dog loves that smell and would buy the perfume of it even. I bought the Bum Bum Cream and I returned it promptly because it smelled like my college boyfriend and I was like, no. The new Natasha Denona Multichrome Liquid Shadows look amazing. Yes, April, they do. They also have kind of lousy reviews though. The reviews basically say that it's really sheer, and when you try and build it up to look kind of like the swatch photos on the beautiful model's eyes, then it gets just really sticky and doesn't stay put. If there's any of them that I wanted to try, it would be the nude one. Nude. That's just the title of it. It's like something nude, I can't remember. But it's definitely like pink, orange, gold shift. It's just kind of like, it's like when I was shopping Rituel de Fille, where I was like, what is the most wearable shit? Like, how can I find something that's wearable? Because everything is just like, looks like the, you know, the back of a beetle or something. That's what they all look like. I think in fact, one of them is actually called Scarab. Yeah, if you guys really want to see these, I'm way into like weird, not even weird, just kind of like exciting, sparkly things on my eyes lately, so I'm down. But yeah, let me know. They're like $28, which is a lot, but it's Natasha Denona, you know, it just comes with the territory. Okay, so that was pretty much everything besides Lauren Conrad Beauty, which I told you guys I did buy. It is on its way to me, but the tracking number hasn't even like been populated yet because the mail is just in such a state right now. I'm gonna go to Trend Mood and scoop up the last ones here. In like the last 5 minutes since I made this video, apparently they've also announced that Tower 28 is coming out with some like milky, more pigmented looking lip glosses. I'm listening. So yeah, we should pick one of those out. One or two or all of them. Cover FX is putting out a line of liquid lipsticks in 2020. Kylie and all of her liquid lipstick friends that suck you dry, the Kylie lip kits and everything, that stuff can kick rocks as far as I'm concerned. I have never liked the way that it looked before I got my lips done. I really didn't like the way that it looked because it like shrunk my lips up and made them look even worse. By the way, ew. Ew. I could feel it happening, by the way. I knew it. Oh, I knew it. Gross. Ick. Sorry, guys. The fact that anybody would put out a liquid lipstick right now, gross. I just, no. You know, Too Faced. Y'all gonna put out a pumpkin spice palette. Is it 2008? Is it? I wish that it was in a lot of ways, but no, it isn't. And they're putting it out with a melted matte lip color. What's happening? What's going on? Like, the answer for me is gonna be a no, dog. Like, I can't with it. And I'm sure that it smells like pumpkin spice too, which is just no. It's just such a no. Julia Adams MUA commented, but where's the spice? She's right though. Where is it? It's just like purples and pinks and greens. Like, where is the spice? Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Serum. I'm done with hyaluronic acid. It's not like I'm done with it. If it's in something, I don't care, but I'm not gonna buy something because it's hyaluronic acid. Same thing with vitamin C. I'm over it. Too Faced is putting out a mini version of this stupid little highlighter thing, which is basically like too icy for most skin tones to wear, and it's $36 for like a microscopic amount of product. And they've already done this. Too Faced, I'm so bored. I've been bored for a long time with you. Okay, so I know I just got done saying that ColourPop releases are all just kind of a blur, but this Mulan release, while it's not for me, it is gorgeous. It looks like holiday vibes to me. Just the beautiful, like, rich golds and reds and silvers and everything, and all the kind of like copper mattes and stuff. It's so beautiful, and I think it would work really, really lovely on like medium and deeper skin tones, just because like those glitters would pop so much, but I think it would really work on just about anybody. It is so pretty. Yeah. Those Natasha Denona liquid eyeshadows look really, really awesome. They look incredible. Oh, and then Jeffree Star has put out an entire palette of nudes. So that exists. Okay. I actually think that that pretty much covers it as far as the things that have been announced as of the making of this video. But I do anticipate doing more of these videos coming up because it's not even fall yet. I have a feeling that as soon as we cross like middle of September, everything's going to start raining down on our heads and we'll have to make a lot of really, like, honestly fun decisions. I'm excited about holiday releases. I'm excited about fall makeup, and I think that just hearing you guys' requests too makes me more excited about things that I wasn't necessarily as excited about, like the Natasha Denona liquid eyeshadows and stuff like that. If there are any other products that you guys are like have questions about or are curious about or anything like that, feel free to always tag me in them on Instagram. I almost always find them that way when you guys do that. I really, really appreciate that. And also you can leave them in the comments down below and stuff like that, but I just genuinely really appreciate you guys tagging me when you see things on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. It's at Hey Kackie. I have about 1,500 more followers that I need before I can get a swipe up so that I can actually, like, you know, have things be functional links in my stories because Instagram is so exclusive. But anyway, yeah, guys, I hope that this was fun and helpful for you guys, and definitely let me know what you think about the stuff that we have discussed in this video. Specifically, I think Morphe. I think that that's one of the biggest ones because that, you know, just glimpsing at the rest of the collection, it does look a little more exciting than I wanted to give it credit for, and it is very cost effective, so let me know. Yeah, guys, if you did enjoy this, do give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. As always, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.